Alright, so you're about to be pulled away from the paradise that is your home gym. For some reason you think that there's more to life than lifting heavy circles, but luckily I've created this guide for you so that you can still keep making gains whilst you're on holiday or you're traveling. So let's not waste any time, let's actually get into the content of this video that you actually wanted to see. As has always and will always be the case with trying to get jacked, there are basically 3 boxes you need to tick. The first one is training, the second one is diet, and the third one is rest. If we can achieve success in these 3 things, then we're making gains. It's as simple as that, and I'm very happy that this meathead shit is this fucking simple. I'm going to start with the most interesting part of this, which is probably the training. So for the training, it can depend what situation you find yourself in. For example, you might be some really fucking rich guy from a fancy family and you're staying in some nice bloody hotel where they've got a fancy hotel gym and you can always train in that home gym. Or you're like me and you're going to a Muay Thai gym all the time because you're basically traveling to train. Then in that case, you always have access to a gym. That training is going to be different to a guy who's in the middle of somewhere pretty isolated and he doesn't really have access to a gym, but he can maybe pull off calisthenics. So let's get into the different training styles you can do and how to train basically most optimally for each training situation that you find yourself in. The first one I'll get into is if you actually have a gym available to you basically all of the time. This is probably the easiest one to do, but you're also on holiday / traveling, so you don't want to spend all of your time in their gym. For this, I'm going to deploy a strategy that is very effective whether you're actually at home just normally training or you are on holiday like in this situation. This method of training is basically low volume, high intensity, and high frequency. Let's break that down so you understand what that means a little bit better. Low volume just means that you're not doing a whole lot of sets in your workout, so you're going to do one exercise maybe per muscle and then you're going to move on to the next one. High intensity means that you're going to be training close to or at failure, and high frequency means you're going to be training a lot of times throughout the week. Spreading out your volume like this is actually more effective than doing it in say 1 or 2 sessions. The more times a week you can split your volume into, the more effective it's going to be for creating muscle growth. I'm going to show you what this looks like by using my own training right now as an example for you. At the moment I'm lifting every day and this is what my training plan looks like. Day 1 is push. I work up to a top set of bench press close to failure. Then I go on to a set of incline dumbbell press to failure. And then I do a set of dips again to failure. And I do a set of French press, guessed it, again to failure. A set of lateral raises which I take past failure doing partial reps once I can no longer do more full range of motion reps. Then I do 1 set of rear delt flies to failure once again and beyond. That's the first day of the training plan. Then the next day, day 2, is pull / legs. The first set I do is work up to 2 sets of squats, which at the moment I'm doing light so I can focus on technique and proper core bracing. And then I'll go on to 1 or 2 sets of pull-ups depending on recovery and taking these sets to failure. And then I'll do a set of bicep curls past failure doing partial reps once I can't do any more full reps. Then I literally just repeat this cycle until I need a rest day, until I feel that I'm not really recovered that well that I can go in and train again. If I'm still sore, then there's not a whole lot of point doing the same session again because I'm just going to be damaging the muscles more than I can recover and grow from. So at that point I'll take a rest day. This training structure means that because your volume is split throughout the week, you have more time throughout the day to do your traveling, on holiday shit, just relaxing. It honestly takes about like 45 to 30 minutes per workout. Sam just did the pull workout, it was a pull workout, right? And how long did it take you?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, motherfucker was back in 20 minutes. I was going to record this video while he was gone, but he came back too fast because it's that fucking quick to do that workout. So this means you've got plenty of time to do your holiday and traveling shit if you can do this, if you're close to a gym. Now, what do you do if you have no gym at all? You literally got 0 equipment to work with. The answer to this is obviously pretty fucking simple. You're gonna do calisthenics. This is easy, and this is the thing I usually do when I go on holiday, when I don't have like a gym nearby or if I'm away for maybe like a week or so. In that case, I don't really wanna get a fucking gym membership or spend a bunch of money going to the gym. It's only a week. I can keep and maintain and maybe even make some more gains by simply applying good calisthenics principles. For this, I literally just find something I can hang off to do pull-ups, and I find a right angle bar so I can do dips. This is all I do, and then I just do like a consistent training plan. I'll read out to you a training plan now for calisthenics. Alright, so there's literally 5 basic exercises that you're going to want to do for calisthenics to build a pretty good physique. And honestly, you can build a very good physique with calisthenics. If you look at prisoners, they are fucking jacked. They're some of the most jacked people on this planet, and they literally just do a shite load of calisthenics and get huge doing that. The first one is pretty obviously going to be pull-ups with multiple variations. If you can't do pull-ups yet, you can find a way to make it assisted, or to make it easier, you can do negative pull-ups, which basically means you just jump up and then slowly let yourself down. This is actually a very good way if you can't do pull-ups yet to build the strength to be able to do pull-ups properly. The OG calisthenics exercise that everybody has been doing since they were 5 years old, you're going to do some press-ups. This is for your chest, your triceps, and a little bit of your shoulders. Dips are basically the evolved version of press-ups. They're low-key, just a little bit better. You're not going to hit as much upper chest, but still they're very good for building volume in your chest, and they're obviously going to get you some nice meaty triceps as well. Now for legs, because you don't want to be that calisthenics guy, you're going to do pistol squats. If these are too hard, you can make them assisted or do negative ones again, but it's very easy to basically progressively overload these by just grabbing a bar and helping yourself on the way up. Or you can even make them super hard by doing some fancy ones that you see girls doing on the internet because they're flexible enough to do that shit. And if you want to build your abs, you can do some leg raises, or if you're cool like Bruce Lee, you'll do dragon flags. To get a good physique, doing calisthenics is literally the same as doing any other form of weight training. You're just going to want to progressively overload it and make sure that you're training very, very hard in each session and improving over time. I'll leave a quick routine you can do for calisthenics down below that I made for you, so you can do this in about 30 minutes per day and get shit done pretty easily. Now you know what you're going to do for your training. You need to hit your protein. This is obviously pretty simple, but it can also be kind of hard to do low-key. So here's what we're going to do. Here's a little plan to follow, because you're not always going to be eating beef mince and cooking beef mince at the place you're staying. Obviously you can cook your own meals if you have cooking equipment accessible, but if you don't, here's the principle you're going to follow. It's pretty fucking simple. Eat meat, bro. Just eat meat and you'll hit your protein. Just make sure that when you're eating food, you're eating some meat, you're getting in your protein. You probably know by now, if you've been training for a little while, or if you've watched some videos and you haven't even trained yet, you know what's going to have protein in it, and you can roughly understand or even search on Google how much protein something has in it. Just make sure you're eating as much of that food as possible and a little bit less ice cream. So getting your diet is pretty fucking easy. Just don't be a fat cunt. Obviously, we're not wasting any time here, so for rest, just make sure you're sleeping 8 hours a night, and it's even better if you can get a consistent bedtime routine, so you fall asleep at basically the same time every single night. That's ideal, but if not, just make sure you're getting those 8 hours, and you'll pretty much be golden. That's honestly it, bros. The conclusion here is don't be a fat ass. Train using the training plans that are in the description. For whatever training style you are following, just use the ones in the description. It'll make your life super simple, super easy. And then obviously just make sure you get some sleep. Our Instagram is in the comments for coaching. Stay pumped and enjoy your travels. Good luck.